Hey everyone, welcome to Turkish series stars. All the juicy details are in today's video, and before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and share so you don't miss a moment. Thank you so much. Tonight, the spotlight isn't on a new set or a fresh script but on a small piece of gold around Yaman's neck, a necklace he simply will not take off. The letters dangling from that chain have sent fans into a frenzy, the kind of whispering that doesn't die down but spreads and swells. For someone like Can, who keeps his heart guarded and his moments measured, a tiny glimmer of metal has become the storm that everyone is watching. It started as a style thing, as people said when the first photos hit social media, Can stepping out of an airport, hair tied back, jacket open just enough for the chain to catch the light. Then there he was again, the same necklace gleaming during a press day, and again while a camera operator reset a shot between takes. The continuity of it. The insistence became impossible to overlook. Fans began collecting screenshots like clues from a crime board. The letters are small, delicate, and unmistakably chosen. In the gossip corners, the theory is simple and explosive: those initials belong to Demet Özdemir. According to whispers from people who have worked near him, the charm isn't just an accessory, it's a private message. The claim is that Can has been quietly, carefully reconnecting with someone who once moved his world. Someone whose name needs no introduction. They say he's not ready to put it on a billboard, but he doesn't mind leaving breadcrumbs for those who truly pay attention. And that necklace? It's the breadcrumb that won't disappear. For a man who has faced a tidal wave of attention with every rumored romance, privacy isn't just a preference, it's a survival tactic. Can has said versions of this before: when there's someone important in his life, he won't turn it into a spectacle. He'd rather let it breathe, away from loud rooms and long lenses. We're told that he's been meeting her in places where the night is kinder, in corners where they can talk without every look becoming a headline. The necklace, then, is more than metal, it's a quiet promise, a reminder that he carries with him even when the lights are up and the director is calling for another take. He hasn't issued a statement. Not a denial, not a confirmation. But silence, for someone as deliberate as Can, speaks in ways that quotes sometimes can't. Fans are asking the question with equal parts excitement and tenderness: has Can found his way back to love, and is her name the same name that once set a generation of viewers on fire? The debate has erupted across timelines and coffee tables, and the necklace has become a headline in its own right. Tabloid editors are watching his collarbone as if it might break the news for him. Recent conversations have resurfaced some of Can's own words from past interviews. He once said, "If someone is in my life, I don't stage it. It stays quiet, and it means more that way." The chain fits that philosophy perfectly. It's not flashy. It's intimate. It's a gesture that refuses to be pretentious, and yet, for those who know him, it feels like an unmistakable sign. What's changed is not his bravado but his calm. Those around him describe a steadier rhythm, a more peaceful center, as though there's a hand he knows he can reach for when the noise gets too loud. Colleagues have noticed the shift on set. Even on days where the schedule leaves no breathing room, he's lighter. He laughs quicker, his patience seems longer, and the small frictions of a demanding job no longer pull his mood into the red. That's the sort of thing you can't act. People close to the camera say he's arriving early, leaving in good spirits, and staying in that sweet spot between focus and ease that only shows up when your heart isn't fighting itself. Unsurprisingly, the tiny letters at his throat have become the focus of close-up shots from fans who know exactly what they hope they're seeing. Detective work has taken over. There are cropped photos, zoomed until the pixels soften, with captions that compare curves of letters like they're analyzing a signature. Many insist the initials align with Demet Özdemir, others say it could be a coincidence or a different Demet entirely, or even a private symbol the public hasn't decoded yet. But there's another group, the old guard, you might call them, who remember the spark that once crackled between Can and Demet and believe nothing is coincidental when it comes to those two. Meanwhile, Can keeps his side of the street clean. No noisy posts, no performative denial, no playful emoji to fan the flames. There's a level of restraint here that feels intentional. People in his circle haven't offered clarity either, steering questions away with careful half-answers. The result is that the story isn't fading, it's maturing. Every day without a definitive word adds another layer of intrigue, another hour of speculation, another chorus of wait and see. It's remarkable, really, how a detail so small becomes a phenomenon. An accessory becomes an argument. 2 letters become a narrative. But that's how it works with love stories the public has invested in. They're never just 2 people, they're memories, hopes, and the idea that something beautiful might be making its way back home. Whether or not Ken says the words out loud, the necklace has already entered the scrapbook of modern celebrity lore. In the world of show business, symbolism carries a weight that outstrips the gold it's made from. Insiders hint that the chain is about luck and purpose, not just romance, a touchstone he anchored himself to during months of travel, shoots, and high-stakes meetings. The fact that he wears it during rehearsals and between scenes, with wardrobe fitting around it rather than removing it, feels telling. It's as if he's decided that this is not a costume piece but a part of his daily armor. Commentators have drawn a familiar line: Ken locks the door on his private life, but he occasionally leaves a window open. That window isn't a press release, it's a detail like this, quiet, deliberate, impossible for the most attentive to miss. Some call it a love letter without words. Others think he's simply enjoying the mischief of making everyone guess. Either way, the conversation is alive, and the gravity of those initials hasn't dimmed for a second. Around him, friends are careful. They don't deny. They don't announce. They offer soft smiles and defer to "let's talk about the work," the most practiced phrase in the business for hiding a secret in plain sight. The phrase "new chapter" keeps appearing in whispers that find their way into columns and captions. Sources claim Ken has chosen to let whatever this is grow without the usual pressure that crushes delicate things. Let the season change, let the noise drop, let the feelings lead. And still, the schedule is relentless. Ken is a man in motion: new scripts, table reads, call times that slide into midnight, meetings that stretch across cities and languages. It's a life that doesn't easily make room for softness. Maybe that's why the necklace matters so much to him: it's portable reassurance, a reminder he can thumb quietly when the day runs long. In that sense, it's not just about affection, it's a personal compass. At the same time, those watching Demet Özdemir have noticed her own dance with subtlety. She hasn't fanned the flames, but she hasn't doused them either. A smile here, a silence there, a photo with a shadow of something familiar, and the rumor mill spins even faster. Fans compare old interviews with recent glances, past giggles with present calm, as if the story is speaking across time. Whether coordinated or coincidental, the symmetry is striking. So where does that leave us? Right where Ken seems to want us, waiting. Waiting for a premiere where the necklace sits just right under a suit, or a casual coffee run where the chain catches afternoon light and the letters are visible enough to read without squinting. Waiting for an answer that might never come in words but could arrive in the simplicity of a shared step, a look that confirms what the charm has hinted at all along. One thing is clear: this isn't a random choice. He's a man who understands image and meaning, and still he's kept the most meaningful thing understated. That restraint is telling, and it's why the speculation feels less like noise and more like a conversation he's allowing to happen at a whisper. Maybe he's letting us acclimate to the idea before the truth lands. Maybe the truth is already here, spelled out in gold across his skin. Consider the timing. The past months have been intense for him, with commitments that could make anyone retreat. Instead, he appears steadier than ever. The nearest people to him describe a man who is confident without being combative, affectionate without being reckless. He's quieter in some ways, softer at the edges, and yet his work has lost none of its sharpness. It's as if the emotional math has finally balanced itself. And then there's the history between Yaman and Demet Özdemir. The chemistry that everyone felt, the glances that made fans pause their screens, the electricity of scenes that didn't feel like scenes at all. To see even a hint of that feeling come back, even as a rumor, explains the depth of this reaction. Fans aren't just curious, they're invested. They've kept the memory alive, hoping life would imitate art one more time. Whether this ends in a statement, a subtle acknowledgement, or nothing at all, the necklace has done its work. It has restored a sense of wonder to a conversation that can sometimes be jaded. It has reminded people that the smallest signals can carry the largest meanings. It has stitched together timelines, turning what-ifs into maybe-against, and the present into something worth leaning into. If you're waiting for a definitive answer, you may be waiting a while. Ken has always played the long game with matters of the heart. He will reveal what he wants, when he wants, how he wants. If he wants to reveal anything at all. Until then, the letters rest where they always do, steady as a heartbeat, shining under the same sun that shines on all of this speculation. For now, the story belongs to the necklace and the names it might represent. And whether the initials really point to Demet Özdemir, or whether they're a more personal shorthand only he fully understands, one reality remains. The conversation is a living thing, and the people involved are choosing to protect it rather than perform it. That alone feels like a promise. We'll stay on this and watch the signs, the moments on red carpets, the mornings after long nights, the flights that turn into weekend rumors. We'll watch with patience, the way you watch something you genuinely care about. And if that tiny charm finally speaks loudly enough that no one can pretend otherwise, you'll hear it here first. This brings us to the end of our video. If you enjoyed it, remember to subscribe and share so more people can join the conversation. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on Turkish Series Stars.